The early start today, it seemed like it took both teams a while to get into it, but by the third period it caught fire. Maybe can you just reflect on that, the pace of the game, and how does it feel to be up 2-1 in the series?
It obviously feels great. It was a big win. We needed that. I thought they played really good, and thought our game was pretty good too. So it was a really good game, and I think we capitalized well, and big one tomorrow.
I don't think there's any such thing as a rookie in the playoffs. Could you just maybe talk about the experience you're getting, about your first exposure to the postseason? Is it what you'd expected? Your thoughts there.
Yeah, I don't think you can put a price on experience, and I think this is really big for all the young guys here. So for us, we just try to lean on the guys that have been here a bit and try to take it one day at a time. So for me, I'm trying to stay pretty level-headed no matter what happens, and I think I've done a good job of that so far, and our whole team has done a good job at that.
Thanks.
Take the next question upstairs from Ian McIntyre. Ian, go ahead.
Hi, Antoine. I don't know how aware you were or not of the discussion going into the series, but depth was supposed to be a questionable area for your team compared to the Wild, and yet you get a big goal tonight. And you've had strong performances from players near the bottom of your lineup. Can you talk about sort of the depth of your team and just how good did it feel to contribute tonight?
Well, it feels awesome. I mean, scoring in playoff is what you live for, what you train for all the time. And, all our boys play really well. I mean, they blocked hard shots. Tyler Mott, JB Gold, they put their almost their life on the line, and fires up everybody. And it's transcends to our lineup. And Sutter, same thing. We have good players with experience. So it's I know there were I don't know where the question was, but I felt like these guys have a lot of experience in playoff, and everybody's contributing.
And, Jacob Markstrom said he didn't have the start he wanted in game one, and he seems to have gotten better each game. Can you talk about, your belief in him and his performance today? Well,
he's an all-star goalie. He's playing really well, and, it's sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get back into the game. I mean, we had 4 months off, and we play one game, and now it's do or die. So it's I think he's handling everything pretty well.
Thank you.
No problem, Ian.
We'll move to the Zoom portion of our availability. Begin taking questions from Brendan Batchelor. Brendan, go ahead.
Thank you. This question's for Antoine. After taking that puck up high last game, obviously you've got the nice shiner going there. Was there ever a question as to whether you'd be able to play this game, and were you worried that you might have to miss it?
Well, a little bit. I mean, that was pretty scary, but I felt really fine yesterday, and I went to practice and reassure myself and everything. And then today was not even a single question, so I was in the lineup.
Take the next question from Jeff Patterson. Jeff, go ahead.
That's a question for Quinn. Quinn, the way you guys have approached the third periods these last 2 games, you had a 3-1 lead the other night and were able to extend it. And here it was 1-0 going to the third, and obviously you extended it as well. How well do you think you guys have played in these last couple of third periods when, there was plenty of time and the game's still on the line?
I think, it's a 60-minute game, so you can't just give up after the second. And the third period is where, teams really push. I mean, you look at Chicago-Edmonton yesterday. Chicago scores 2 quick goals on Edmonton. So, I don't think that 1-goal lead's safe at all. So I think the game plan for us is, we got to go out there and keep pushing and try to get one and try not to give up anything. So for us, we did a good job of playing 60 tonight.
Take the next question from Ben Kuzma. Ben, go ahead.
Question for Antoine. Rooster, you told me before the playoffs that the young guys who had no postseason experience should just enjoy the experience and don't worry. What did you make of the guy beside you today and the fact that PD scores and Best scores? What about the young guys and their contribution in the playoffs for the first time?
Well, like I said before to you, I believe when you're young, sometimes you don't know the extension of what you play it for and what it means to everybody watching. You can't really quantify all that, and as you get older, sometimes you really see and that naivety. I don't know how you say it in English, but that's like they're not afraid of anything, and I'll go to battle with those guys any day.
Take the next question from Farhan Lalji. Farhan, go ahead.
Quinn, the first half of the first period looked a lot like game one. Minnesota's forecheck really seemed to be making a difference. It seemed like they were making every effort possible to make it hard on your defensemen. For you personally, how long did it take to adjust, and what do you think you needed to do to adjust to that?
I mean, they have a good team, so you know they're going to push at times. So for us, like I said, I think just staying level-headed, going one shift at a time, continuing to play our game, not getting rattled, especially when they were having a couple shifts, with puck possession in the offensive zone to start off the game. So for us, we just, kept pushing. We knew, we'd find our legs, especially playing the last two games at 8:45 and then transitioning to 12:30. I think, for the first period, it's a little bit harder to get your feet moving, but I think, we're all professionals and it's hard to get up. It's easy to get up for these games. So we got going pretty fast after that.
Take a few more questions for the guys. Brendan Batchelor, go ahead.
Quinn, just your thoughts on the power play today. You guys obviously got a fair bit of work, but a couple of big goals in the latter half of the game to help you win.
Yeah, I think there's so many penalties, power plays, PK. So I think special teams is so big, and we need to contribute on the power play. And I think that's how we're gonna score some goals and help our team win. So I think we got 2 today, which is huge, and I think there's definitely room for improvement too.
Take the next question from Patrick Johnston. Patrick, go ahead.
Hey, Rooster, can you just take us through sort of the sequence on your goal? Like, did you know you were going to go backhand the whole way? What were you thinking as soon as the puck was free? And also just going back to getting hit in the head there, does Jake owe you a drink for that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I got lucky. Maybe a couple bounce on there, and I was flying, and then I wasn't really too thinking about anything. I was just getting maybe a shot. I don't know. I just thought I felt it. Like that's best description I can say. That's the way I was going for it, and it worked. And maybe next time I'll do something different.
Take one more question for Quinn and Roos. Dave Satriano, go ahead.
Hey, this is for Quinn. Quinn, I'm just wondering, Quinn, you guys, it was I think 22 or 23 minutes of power plays, penalties. So how is it adjusting to not playing 5-on-5 so much? Like, how are you guys able to kind of not let the game slip away despite all the different scenarios going on?
That's a good question. I think it's weird because I don't know what it was this game, but last game I think I played 9 minutes of power play and then 10 of 5-on-5. So it's almost half the game you're on the power play. So they're calling a lot right now, and for us I think just staying sharp on the power play. We're getting opportunities 5-on-4. A lot of times that can lull teams to sleep. So I think for our PP we just try to stay really sharp and then for the PKs, I know like me, Petey, and some of these guys, Rooster, we don't PK. So, you just got to stay sharp on the bench and get ready for your next shift.